So when you put Mentos into Coke, there's a nucleation reaction, like so. There it goes.
Okay, so we're group 3, and we're doing, as you saw, the Coke and Mentos experiment. As you saw in this video, we dropped the Mentos into the Coke, and the Coke foamed and erupted out of the top of the bottle. So this experiment closely resembles that of a volcanic eruption, and that'll be something that we'll analyze throughout this presentation.
So the goal of our presentation is we're going to look more at the physical reaction rather than the chemical reaction of this experiment. We know that the CO2 bubbles out in the Coke once we drop the Mentos in, but as I said, we're going to use the equations that we've learned from fluid mechanics this semester to theoretically calculate the height of the foam, the time it takes for the foaming reaction to occur, and the velocity at which the bottle can travel. We can answer all of these questions simply by using some form of Bernoulli's equation like we've learned in class.
So to analyze the general conditions that were stated before, we can assume that the ball is like a free jet, and under conditions of a free jet, under ideal conditions that we can use Bernoulli's equation to solve for the velocity of the rate which the foam is spewed out of the bottle. And using that velocity and the force equation, we can use the force of gravity and the time it took in the video of which the Mentos to completely spew out of the bottle to solve for the height taken for the amount of Pepsi to be spewed out of the bottle.
So in comparison to a volcanic eruption from the observation, we observed that the Mentos and Coke reaction is a small and fast reaction. There is very little soda left in the bottle after the reaction had gone to completion. This means that there is a significant amount of mass loss during the experiment, much like the amount of mass that is lost in a volcanic eruption.
Okay, so in conclusion, we found that the common scientific experiment of Mentos and Coke is not simply a chemical reaction. Here, we're able to apply Bernoulli's equation and other fluid properties to analyze the physical reaction that takes place with the Mentos in the Coke experiment. We also found that even though the Mentos and Coke experiment is much smaller than that of a volcanic eruption, they are extremely similar they are very similar due to the quantity of mass lost in both of cases. So, yeah, that was our experiment, and thank you so much.